Welcome back with Ermac, where today we're going to continue our playthrough of Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. As you can see, we're just exiting the Soul Tombs and we're going to head to the next level. It's going to be the Wastelands, but we run into some old friends first.
I will not let you tell my father that he no longer controls me, Melina. He is a monster. Everyone he touches becomes like you.
Where is she going?
To the Wasteland, to seek help from Goro.
The Wasteland? Get help to do what?
To kill me, you idiot, and then to kill you.
Why does she hate you so much?
She is my clone. As long as I am alive, it is as if she is not real, a soulless husk. If I die, my soul and identity before the man that calls me daughter will become hers. Shao Kahn has spells that will allow her to claim my very existence.
You know, I think an underrated part of Katana in this game is her hairstyle with the bangs. But I don't know, it was nice to see them again. By the way, where did Melina go? Like, they kind of used the teleportation thing in this game with the portals. Like, I mean, we didn't even see a portal opening up. Also, did you notice they kind of didn't do the fighting stances until we already got there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just put them on a second after we got there. I don't know. Just something funny I noticed. Oh, here we go. Yep, gotta summon goddamn fucking Tarkatans, because God forbid, you know, stuff or something, I don't know. I'm a little tired for tonight's playthrough, or today's I should say. I'm actually playing it the night before. But we got the Wastelands, which I think is definitely probably the best straight stage transition out of all of them. I think this is probably a lot of what the original vision was probably for the stage. And I mean, in MK2, I think it was definitely by far the worst stage. There just wasn't really anything to it. It was very bland and it was one color. And this version of it, I think, does a pretty good job at recapturing the same, you know, purplish, desolate wasteland type look. But we get a teeny weeny bit more of color. But you can get a secret by tossing this guy onto the spike in the center there. And then you can be able to jump on him after the fact. But standing on this, you know, the hot coal or the fire or whatever we're on, damages us in the process. So it's definitely a pain. And it's also a pain just to get them onto the thing, because the camera never works in your favor for this, as you can tell. Uh-oh. These poor guys were burning at the stake. And this one is an interesting level for enemy-wise. Because they just have the Black Dragon Mercenaries versus the Red Dragon Mercenaries, and they'll fight each other, like as you've seen before. But it's also, I don't know, like there's not really much story as to why they're here, I don't think. I mean, I think, well, there is a little bit, but you know, you'd think they would be in a level where Kano is hanging around. And he's nowhere to be found in this level. So maybe, I mean, it's probably hinting at the fact that Kano was here before he was officially captured or something like that. Or they were probably just looking for him here to begin with. You know, for it's essentially just a bunch of, like, ragtag group of criminals. I mean, I give these guys credit for going all the way to fucking Outworld to get Kano. I mean, that's loyalty. Although, then again, why are the Red Dragon here? Like, it just doesn't explain them very well, in my opinion. I mean, it's a cool thing that they got going on here, and it does fit the theme of the war vibe of this whole thing. It's just, gosh dang it. It's just, I don't know, it's And I guess I don't know where they would be elsewhere, so. But it's just kind of interesting to me. That was too close. I was almost a reptile sandwich. I actually was for a second there. And here we have one of the coolest Easter eggs in the game.
Thanks, warriors.
We are here to stop Shang Tsung. Will you help us?
I'm sorry, I can't. My clan needs me, and they must know that we have been betrayed by one of our own. But know that I too am opposed to Shang Tsung and everything that is wrong in this place. Know that the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Thank you.
I love doing something for nothing.
Do not be a fool, Kung Lao. Nothing is done for no reason. We are here to secure freedom for Earthrealm, and for this realm as well.
Yep, so we got that's the appearance of Cabal, who doesn't ever actually show up canonically until the third MK game. So yeah, that's pretty I think that's pretty sweet. And it's the first time we ever get to see him unmasked. And I mean, you gotta think too, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, who gives a crap, you know, we've seen everybody unmasked. This was at the time in which, like, you know, other than some like animated kids TV shows and stuff, they didn't show any of the masked characters with their masks off, right? Like, nowadays, you know, I think since Mortal Kombat 10, they kind of have just shown like the majority of characters who wear masks with their masks off. So, I mean, we know all about Bihan. You know, Sub-Zero, yeah, he had no mask in Mortal Kombat 3, and that was a cool thing. But that was kind of out of necessity. For whatever reason, they just... So they got rid of like the old motion caption actors, or most of them quit after the controversy of MK2. And for whatever reason, they didn't have any MK ninjas in Mortal Kombat 3, the original version of it. That's why Scorpion wasn't in it. And for whatever reason, they just wanted Sub-Zero not to have the mask. And I always thought that was a cool look. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I think him, and that was mostly it, I believe, was, that was kind of like all they showed with the characters who didn't wear masks and stuff like that. So, I mean, this was kind of a big deal at the time. Where the fuck is this dude running? Jesus Christ, slow down. And unfortunately, you know, I came down here by choice, but you don't really get to use these hook swords. Like, the level was just poorly designed with this in mind. You think of yourself, oh man, I got a Cabal's hook swords, this is going to be awesome, all this or that. You'll see in the next room we go in that there's no chance to really use them, at least effectively. Alright, smart move by him. I don't know why he just jumped off there, but works for me. Yeah, Scorpion, you know, at the time, the only time we seen him on the mask is when he was, you know, already undead, so it's just the skull look. As far as, you know, Ermac goes, I don't think we've ever seen him. Well, actually, I think MK1, he's unmasked. One of these newer games, he was unmasked. And I don't know, I liked Ermac when he was, like, big and buff, instead of the undead, you know, sickly, mummy look. Rain, I don't think we've seen really fully unmasked and stuff like that, but, I mean, like, I'm just trying to emphasize the point, yeah, it was a big deal seeing Cabal unmasked. But, yeah, unfortunately, with his hook swords, I mean, these guys, they don't die. They just, even if you beat them to have them lose all their health, they just respawn it after a little bit. So that's why we have Raiden here. The only way to kill them is by putting them in trapping them in Raiden's thunder staff attack or whatever. So you can't use the hook swords here, and you might be thinking, oh well, we can go back and just get them for the next room after this. No, you're gonna see why we can't do that after this room. Like, of all the levels and to give you the hook swords and stuff like that, this is by far the worst level to do it in. It's practically an insult. I have to wonder if it's like one of Ed Boon's legendary trolls or something like that. Other than that Lake of Blood, though, I'd say this is probably the best variation of the Wastelands classic stage from like MK2. It's the part of the level that looks the closest to its MK2 stage counterpart. So I don't know if I asked this or not, but which is your guys' favorite stage? Actually, I think I did already. Yeah, what am I thinking? But you know, if you still want to share it in this video, that's fine too. You know, let me know which was your favorite just stage transition of this in this game. So like, for example, the pit, how it was perfectly recreated in its original form in Goro's Lair, or maybe just the Goro's Lair. You think that had the best, you know, conversion from the 2D games to 3D, stuff like that. Just which is your favorite level aesthetic-wise, I should say.
Whoever you are, it matters little. I have learned to call everyone enemy.
Wow, I feel like a dork after that one. He gave me a minute to even react to that, and I didn't do anything about it. Alright, so we gotta take on Sub-Zero. And if you're wondering why I couldn't use the hook swords in this, it's because once you enter this room, the hook swords automatically disappear for this boss fight, so you can't even use it for that either. And there's no other rooms to really take it in. So, and you might even be thinking to yourself, well, maybe after this room you'll be able to take them in and keep going on to the path. Nope. Can't do that. You see that little ball of blue over there? That's a portal to get to the other side of the river. And when you enter that portal, you can't take any weapons with you. So, yep, they've sufficiently made sure that you cannot use those hook swords in any meaningful way. Which, I mean, it's just such a frickin' blunder in my opinion. But like I said, it might be a troll or something like that. Still a cool cutscene though. Speaking of cool cutscenes,
Did you do that?
Yes. Why did you do that?
Sub-Zero is dead. He died after the Mortal Kombat tournament. Raiden told us Scorpion killed him. So who are you?
The man you saw die was my brother, and I am not even certain he is truly dead. I came here to avenge him, and believe that he may still yet live in one form or another. I've been told that if I can find some vestige of his power, I may find him.
Why think everyone is an enemy?
Everyone in this realm is an enemy. Even those that I once called friends and allies on Earth now hunt me and want to kill me. Why have you come to the Wasteland?
To rescue his girlfriend.
For the last time, she is not my girlfriend. We are here to stop Shang Tsung. There's a warrior named Kitana, an ally. She is in danger from her clone Melina and a creature known as Goro.
I know of Goro. They say he cannot be beaten in combat. Still, he has not faced me. Your friend, this ally, does not stand a chance against him. I see now that I may have been wrong about you. You could have killed me, and you did not.
I heard the Red Dragon clan speak about another prisoner they had. Do you think they might have been talking about Kitana?
If they have her, you will need to go further into the wasteland and cross the Sea of Blood. The souls of those who die here are put to other purposes. The bodies are added to this lake of damnation.
How do we cross it?
There is an old boat near here. I could repair it for you. I will take you there and face Goro.
Alright, so now begins one of the cooler sections in my opinion. So now Sub-Zero is going to join us for the majority of the level here. And our first section here is we're going to be able to, we're going to fight all these bloody skeletons on the boat and make sure that they stay away from us essentially. Or at least stay off the boat. And it's quite a long ride, honestly. It's probably like a 2-minute ride. I'm just going to throw them off at this point, now that I'm at full health. The reason being is, once again, Reptile's a pretty glitchy character for this, for whatever reason. And on my first playthrough of this, I was just fighting them all, because, you know, I wanted to prove I was a tough guy. You know, I could tussle with the best of them and stuff. But one of those things is I have like invincibility states, or at least invulnerability, in which, you know, they don't get stunned. And what ended up happening was, right at the end of the boat, not the one that I'm at, the opposite end, one of them smacked me during a move, and I just went straight underneath the boat. And I mean, I went like completely underneath the level. It kept going on until the end of the boat ride, but like I tried to use Kung Lao's moveset to teleport myself back up, and it just wasn't working, so I had to just figure out where I was in the map, and eventually ran off out of bounds, even further out of bounds really, and redo this whole section again. So this is actually my second playthrough of this section. And I would have showed you guys, you know, that glitch in action. I actually was going to put together a compilation of all the glitches, but my moronic ass deleted the video pretty much right when it was all set to go up, and I lost all the footage. But I mean, I still have the majority of my glitches already up there. I mean, you guys, if you've seen the first level with Goro's Lair with the Oni, you've seen that one. Then I have 2 shorts of one at the Wuxi Academy, and then one is at the Soul Tombs. Coincidentally, both involve Tarkatans. But yeah, the only glitch that you're missing out on so far in this playthrough is just me being smacked underneath the boat and out of the game's boundary somehow. Which was probably the least interesting, honestly, because it continues as normal. It's just you can't see me, essentially. Sub-Zero's just fighting by himself. I think this, honestly, looking at him now too, this game probably has some of my favorite designs of the characters. Sub-Zero, I think, has a really good design in this. Scorpion takes after the Ultimate Mortal Kombat characters, or ninjas. I think that's a pretty cool design in this game. It's interesting too, because you can see in all like the production arts and even the concept art of this game, Scorpion actually had a different outfit. He had one model more after the MK2 ninja appearances, with, you know, spikes coming out of it, and it was more traditional in comparison to Reptile and Sub-Zero's. But like, yeah, look at him in game, and then look at him in his concept art. So I wonder if that was a late change, or if they were just like, yeah, we don't care about the production, the concept art, we'll just make it however we want regardless, or whatever. But that's just kind of something interesting I always noticed, which there's always usually small details like that, but this is a pretty blatant change. As you can see, there's that blue orb again. That's just going to take us to the other side when we're done with this. But we don't need to do that, but once again, I'm just gonna get my... is it gonna come? He should be following us. I want to get the hell out of here because I don't want any more glitches to happen. God damn it, Sub-Zero. Get your frozen ass back over here. Okay, there we go. He just needed a little push. I'm worried I'm just going to fall through the floor at any time now. Because I want to get that, but I'm going to change the rooms first. So that way if something does happen, we don't have to do the whole goddamn room over again. That looks like we're in some sort of slaughterhouse. Which is weird. It's a cool area, but it seems kind of out of place. I don't really know what the... I don't know. It's just a strange area to be in this particular area that's kind of just mostly a battlefield and a lake of blood and all this other stuff. Which I think would be reused in MK 2011 as like the Nether Realm Lake of Blood or whatever. But or no, maybe I think I got that completely wrong. Actually, I think it is Outworld. I think the ship is steered by like Quran or something like that, like another realm guy or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played MK11. That said, folks, what is your favorite era of Mortal Kombat? Are you a big fan of the arcade era, the 3D era, or are you a bigger fan of the modern era if you're watching this video? Just out of curiosity. You can have all the opinions you want. I just want you to share them with me. How did I miss that? I don't know, this section when the blood fills up, it reminds me of Conker's Bad Fur Day, in which you have to feed that vampire guy the blood of the villagers from the grate or whatever, and eventually he gets so fat that he blows up. What is the purpose of this facility anyway for all this blood? Doesn't hold very much. Oh, that's actually pretty nasty. How am I supposed to fucking climb a wall of ice? Oh, I guess I am a reptile. Now we got these jackasses. Look at this guy, losing his head. Although some say they never had one to begin with. Yeah, I'm terrible at making jokes, guys, I'm sorry. I almost freaking threw him right into Sub-Zero there. Alright, I'm like stuck. Alright. So that wouldn't have been good, because then if Sub-Zero gets knocked over, you have to freaking go down there, defeat the enemies. Then they respawn up here again, same stuff happens again. That was taking a sweet ass time. What if I like slipped and skinned my knee?
Scorpion.
People are just able to summon portals out of nowhere, except for us.
I cannot go with you now. If our paths cross again, or I find Goro, I will keep my oath. You cannot help me. Go. Scorpion has escaped to the Nether Realm.
Gone. Like he was never here at all.
Damn, that's a bit harsh to be honest. I mean, he did help us get all the way through here. We got it. Oh, we should save before a battle just in case, you never know.
It would have been better for you to have died in my lair.
I know that voice. It is Goro. Isn't Sub-Zero supposed to take care of this?
Damn, I gotta say, there's a lot of fucking fire in this place. Like, what the hell even? Like, I have to wonder what the Wastelands... I'm sure they may have explained it at some point in the lore, but I have to wonder what the Wastelands originally were. Like, was it a town of some sort? Was it the old royal palace or something like that? Makes me wonder. Oh shit. Ooh, we got him. Oh, and he's dazed. He's dazed. Ooh, massive damage. Oh. This was also around the time when Goro had a hell of a lot more respect in the community as a whole. I think MK, as much as I love MK9, it's one of my favorites. There's no doubt that it really damaged, I feel like, the reputation, storyline-wise, of a lot of the villain characters. I think that's when Reptile really started to look like a chump, Baraka. I think they were able to make some villains, even though you had to beat them, look pretty decent. You know, I think Ermac, you know, he didn't lose too much. I think another case would have to be Sindel. I mean, she looked strong as hell. Shao Kahn, you know, yeah, he did lose twice, but I mean, at the end of the day, he lost twice in the story. You know, what are you gonna do? You can't really avoid that. And I mean, having guys like Gintaro and Goro lose so easily, Shiva, Baraka, Reptile, I forget Kano. I think Kano just doesn't really show up that much, and that's why he was kind of spared that fate for the most part. But just kind of sad, unfortunately. A lot of the villains, how they kind of have to look like chumps and losers just for the sake of the story. And I think they also change the characters every game now. And
you should have let me take down Goro. I am the Mortal Kombat champion. I'm Earthrealm's champion. What? I think you had better start doing what I tell you. Do you have any idea what you are talking about?
This ghost scene's awesome.
I should have told you a long time ago. You should not turn your back on me, Kung Lao.
Zoom in on his face.
Nice try, Shang Tsung.
Damn, Johnny Cage made him look like a fool. What the hell? Alright, that's not natural.
I am not so certain I want you anywhere near me.
That is exactly what Shang Tsung desires.
Listen, Shang Tsung is trying to turn us against each other. Back in the academy, he was impersonating me. He can morph into anyone he wants. I didn't know it was Shang Tsung at the time. I tried to warn you, and then I realized if someone could look like me, he could look like either of you two as well. So I followed you through the portal, and waited, and watched.
So how long was Shang Tsung posing as Liu Kang?
I think it was when we were separated while fighting
Okay, is that
Goro.
gonna fix
I
itself?
suppose that means we still have to rescue Kitana.
A girl? Is she hot?
You will find Kitana elsewhere. I have something else for Johnny Cage to do. Follow me.
I don't think this is gonna end up well for Johnny. But yeah, I mean, Goro, I mean, if you don't understand why, you know, I was complaining about Goro and how far I fallen, during the arcade era, I mean, you gotta understand, I mean, I was even born after the fact and stuff like that, but during the arcade era, Goro was the fucking man. Like, he was just as iconic as, like, the series as a whole, almost. He could have been, like, he was probably, as far as notoriety, he just because of his sub-boss appearance, he was probably on the same level as, maybe not popularity, but notoriety as guys like, you know, the MK Ninjas and stuff like that. And the 3D era didn't help with that either, you know. I mean, I kind of always... you know, I kind of always bash on you know, the modern era and stuff like that, and there are things I hate, which I'll probably I'll go into a little bit more about the characters next video. But this is going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, like and subscribe, but above all else, please remember to have a nice day.